Hi guys, I thought I'd start off by showing you that the thyme in the living roof of the bin store that Luke made is now in flower. It has a really nice, beautiful, soft pink, mauvey kind of flower. In June, we also took the time to finally finish planting this bed. So as you know, my bed was over here, Luke's bed was here, and this is our shared bed. And so it's now been planted at the beginning of June and actually is already coming up into flower, which is lovely. This is an agastache called Feather Boa, and this is a helenium called Moorheim's Beauty. Only a few flowers, but you can see it's got a really rich orangey, yellow, red, rusty kind of flower. We planted this Group 3 clematis. It's called Viticella Vala, and we planted it in March, and it has got up to just above my height, so about 5'5" or something. It should grow 4 meters ideally, but obviously because this is the first year we planted it, it's not done that yet. Hopefully in subsequent years it will do, but it's a Group 3 clematis, so we'll just chop it down at the beginning of next season and it should grow rampantly up this pergola, and hopefully our idea is it will cover this side, and then we've got other climbers growing as well. So I'm really pleased about this, and the colour is really stunning. The dotted loosestrife Lismachia punctata, I think it's called Lismachia punctata, that Luke grew this from seed, and as you can see it's in flower this month. It's got this really rich, warm yellow flower, and that's looking lovely. Oh, Morris has come to say hello again. Cooey! The rose is still in bloom, and we've actually decided now that we're going to keep these blooms on the plant and allow them to turn into rose hips, because we've never actually done that before. I wanted to show you this bed here. This is like a dahlia bed that we're going to use for cut flowers. My grandpa passed away last year, and I've never grown dahlias before, so I thought it would be nice to start growing them, because he always used to grow them and really loved them as plants. I started them off in March, and they've actually got a bit leggy because I started them off indoors because I don't have a greenhouse. But I'm hoping, I've added lots of rich organic matter into the raised bed, so I'm hoping they will you know, enjoy being in there. But I'm actually going to I've decided that I'm going to leave them in there over winter and just mulch them a lot, and they'll come up next year hopefully, and they'll be happier coming up in the second year, having been in there over winter. But fingers crossed we'll get some nice flowers at the end of the season. So I'm just about to pot up some dahlias, which I bought from Sarah Raven, and I bought them specifically because they enjoy growing in pots, so they're kind of smaller variety. The ones for the pots, I've got a type called Tamburo, which is this one. Happy Single Romeo, which is this one. I love the purpley green leaves, really lovely, almost kind of iridescent leaves. And also a type called Soul Man, which is this one here. So I shall be potting these up, and I will update you on their progress once they're in flower later on in the year. I wanted to show you the Aruncus now that it is in flower. It's quite amazing. It's actually sort of gone past it a little bit, but still looks lovely. And some of it's coming out over the pond, which is nice when you're sat on the bench. Oh, Morris has come to say hello. The helenium, we've got more of that helenium Moorheim Beauty here. You can see it's a beautiful colour. It's like fire, isn't it? And so that is growing up nicely. Also in June, we planted this new plant. It's a Persicaria, and it has really lovely coloured foliage. This kind of purple with the veining through it, and it adds a really nice contrast to what is a predominantly green bed. I wanted to show you this section because I think this is probably my favourite part of the garden this month. Since we planted the Persicaria, We've also got now the hydrangea Annabelle, which I talked to you about last month, but they're actually developed their flowers now. Well, they're not in flower, but they've developing the flowers. And the Helianthus Lemon Queen you can see coming up behind. So I'm really pleased with how it's kind of all fitting together. We've also got more of that Helenium Moorheim Beauty, which comes up behind the hydrangea, and I think as a group of plants it kind of works nicely because it kind of gradiates up, but then you've also got things kind of going into each other, like this Helenium, how it kind of wraps around the back of the hydrangea with the Physocarpus behind, which is a nice contrast purple. So I'm just really pleased with how that looks overall. I think, as I say, that's my favourite section of the garden this month.